Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
We're lucky to be joined this morning by Perth Scorchers captain Sophie Devine, is absolute superstar, let's be honest. She's brought in the trophy, actually, of the girls who won last year.
And they're going to win again
last
this
year.
year.
And they're on fire already this morning. Hi, Soph.
Oh, wait, there's Sophie.
hang on.
Harry.
Harry. So disrespectful.
Harry, she's a champion. She's the captain.
What
for
are
God's
you the
sake.
captain of, Harry? 1,000 apologies,
Sophie, this
Sophie.
is no way to treat a legend.
Why is that trophy so bloody heavy? That is do you know how much it weighs, this trophy?
I reckon it'd be upwards of 5 kilos at least.
That's insane.
And then you throw the beer in that you guys were
Yes,
sculling
that's
out,
right.
champagne, possibly mixed in there, perhaps a dash of gin. It gets up there.
It does, but it's a beautiful little trophy that hopefully we can get our hands on again this year.
Yeah, you know, the interesting, every year when teams are getting put together, you're wondering player movement in particular, but you've been able to keep the majority of the team together and obviously led by you.
Yeah.
You're off to a bloody flyer again.
Yeah, we are. We're really lucky. I think that's a big part of these franchise competitions. It can sometimes be hard to keep everyone together.
Yeah.
Yes.
But hopefully, I guess, winning a trophy certainly helps in terms of trying to keep people together. He's broken.
No,
the
did
rules.
you-
no, it's
Did
a
you
light.
just-
I just realised it lights up.
Yeah,
So
you have a
look at that.
rave.
Like the stumps.
It lights. That's a light.
So you can find it in the dark.
Next level, man.
Next level. And it's got a ball in the top of it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just keep going on about the weight because you play a whole game and then you have to lift this up. I mean, Jesus.
Hold on a second, Nathan. When you've talked about cricket in the past, you say they don't do anything.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Look at Sophie's face.
They'll be so weak. They'll be so weak because they've never done anything. No, Sophie, all I've said is I don't know if we can call something a sport if birds can stand next to you while you're doing it.
Well,
Speaking of birds.
But I wasn't speaking about the women, I was speaking about the men.
yeah.
Good to know.
Actually.
Let's revisit something that happened yesterday. Have a listen to this.
Oh, there's birds sweeping on players. They're going to sweep again. Hit the deck, girls. So those 3 grounds gone. Now they've... Oh, there's another player who's hit the deck. She got double swooped. It was a double plumber attack, and now she's had to run.
So Sydney Thunder versus the Hobart Hurricanes.
Yesterday.
That game was getting
In
played.
Blacktown. That's full on.
It's scary. We've had it happen before when we're
Have
in
you? Have
Brisbane.
you?
Yeah, absolutely. Is it the plumber birds?
The ones with the yellow beaks.
Yeah, dangerous things.
And so they're angry and they come after you.
Angry, so you can't get close to them or their babies because
Yes.
they attack. And that's
Yes.
obviously sort of what happened there last night. But you feel like a bit of a plonker because you're getting attacked by these birds.
Yes.
You don't know what to do. You're obviously intruding onto their sort of
Yes.
area. But
Yeah.
Well, the girls were laying on the ground,
ground.
covering their heads up.
Yeah. And that was at the beginning of the match too. It's like, oh, we have to be out here for quite a while.
yeah, it seems stupid.
From
doesn't
the
it?
outside.
Well, I mean,
it's
I
super
understand why
funny,
the birds
isn't
are
it?
startled because they were like, oh, this is cricket, nothing's going to happen here. And then suddenly people start running around, they're like, oh my God, kill them!
Very good.
So sorry,
no,
Sophie.
quite all right.
Wow, so you literally, if that happens, you lie on the ground.
Well, I don't know.
That's what they did
never-
last
What
night.
would you do? Okay, birds are swooping, games play is happening.
Well, this-
and they're coming for your eyes, Sophie. They're coming for your
Well,
eyes.
I think that's where you probably put your helmet on or something. I'd be
Yeah,
ducking
you got
for
the
cover.
greyhound cage.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet to avoid your eyes being poked out.
What's the strangest things that happened during a game that you've played, and you've obviously coming from Kiwi land and all the areas you've played in, all the place?
Played in India once and a rabid dog ran onto the field.
Okay, nice.
That was scary.
a bitey one? Was
yeah,
it like...
very
Yeah,
bitey.
yeah, angry,
frothy.
frothing at the mouth. Yeah.
What did you do? Just
well, you
put your
can't-
helmet on and lie on the ground?
Well, you're not going to run away from it, are you?
Yeah,
It's
that's
gonna
right.
hunt
You can't
down,
outpace
so
it. You have to push somebody else in its path, don't you?
Absolutely. Pick the weakest and you go.
Rabid dogs. So what did they do? What did they do with it?
Oh, they've had a couple of people tried to come on and shoo it off.
Shoo
but
it, oh,
What else
wow.
can you do?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's a bit dramatic, isn't it?
A little bit over the top.
And
but-
especially dogs love balls too. So
Yeah, Sophie's got it at the other end because she's bowling at the time. That's,
Sophie's
my turn.
never thrown the ball quick enough.
Time for a bowling change.
So if women's cricket's been outstanding over the, probably for a decade now, it's been so strong, and it gets a lot of very good coverage, which means it's going to allow more people to be able to play in the sport. Internationally, how is it seen outside of Australia?
Oh, look, I think certainly Australia's leading the way in terms of everything, not just, I guess, how they're, paying the women players, but the media coverage behind it as well
Yeah.
is such a massive part of it. I think there's a whole thing, you can't see what you can't be sort of thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
certainly from a global point of view, and especially us in New Zealand, we sort of always look across to Australia and what you guys are doing and how we can try and catch up. And I think that's probably the sad thing about it is Australia is so far ahead of everyone else
Yeah.
in terms of everything that you're doing, which is awesome. But it's now up to everyone else and all the other, I guess, organisations to be able to match it, because otherwise they're just going to keep going, and they obviously absolutely smash everyone with everything they do. But if we can close that gap, I think certainly going to make a better product, and certainly things are happening in that way, which is really cool. I think you look at India, England, New Zealand obviously is trying to punch above our weight as normal, but it's awesome. I mean, the women's game, as you say, tournaments like this play a big part in terms of bringing international players in, and there's more of these sort of competitions happening around the world. There's real hope that there's an Indian Premier League for the women, which would be massive.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
How exciting. I love those stories about how much they get bought for. Auction me off.
And the impact is at the grassroots level as well. You know, where I walk my dog, there's cricket nets, and the number of girls teams that are now in pre-season training and stuff and fully getting into it. And the standard is great. Like, I was watching some girls that maybe 12, 13 bowling. They, you know, their action was great. They were bowling quickly on the stumps. You know, the standard is raising at that grassroots level, which obviously filters through.
Oh, absolutely. And I think if you talk to a lot of female players, when they were growing up, it was only ever boys cricket that you could play.
That's
I know
right.
that was certainly the case for me. There was no other girls around that played because it was never seen that way.
Yeah.
So the fact now that there's all girl competitions, there's, you know, representative teams from a younger age, I just think it's so cool to see, I guess, the impact of what's happening up top.
Yeah.
It is filtering through. And like you say, that's only going to get better and better.
A lot more
really
handstands in the outfield too, just
I-
quietly.
I'd love an honest answer here, because Shaun talks about how he was playing football when there wasn't mentally crazy money around, right? And then I watch movies like Battle of the Sexes, which was about the start of women's tennis, and back then they were like getting paid nothing. You guys are sort of just sort of growing, you know. In 20 years' time or 10 years' time, it's probably going to get to be crazy money. Are you happy to be right now in the building phase, or would you like to have been in the I'm going to buy
cashing-in
I'm going
phase?
to buy a Bentley phase?
Yeah. Look, I am genuinely really happy to have been a part of this process. I think I've really been, because I've been playing international cricket for close to 15 years now, and we got $30 meal allowance.
Yeah.
So I'd go to Subway and save
$30 meal allowance?
Yeah, and I'd save the
Save
rest
the
of the
rest.
$20.
Would you?
Yeah, sort of thing. So it's
So did you have to have a
changed.
job as well?
Well, I guess because I started young, you know, it was free money for me pretty much. So
Yeah.
I was stoked, and then I studied, and then I've been fortunate that I've been part of that transition phase from amateur to
Yes.
To fully
semi-professional.
professional, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I've been super lucky, but I mean, you hear about, and I love it. I love going and talking to the former players that did, you know, they work 9 to 5. They've been up since 5 a.m. in the morning. They've trained,
It's
they've gone, and
amazing,
then they've gone
isn't it?
home and looked after their kids and come out. So it's so cool just to be able to be part of that whole transition from right at the start, where you're literally, you know, and we had a former player come in and they had to sew their own jackets and blazers and they're in a boat for 8 weeks. I mean, this is going a fair way
back a way,
way back. But I mean, you hear
still,
that, and here we are, you know, first class flying around the world. You sort of think, okay, right, we've got it.
That's pretty
We're
cool.
doing all right.
Yeah. What was your Subway that you bought, by the way?
Chicken classic double meat Subway. If you want to sponsor me,
Okay,
hit me up.
fantastic. Would you get Old English cheese? Or
Yes, I do.
There's no
What?
other cheese.
There is no other cheese.
There's no other cheese.
Really?
Subway, sponsor her. She eats fresh.
Sophie, Devine, everyone. You can check out the Perth Scorchers. They're in action on Thursday. They're in action on Saturday. They're in action on Sunday too. All these games
Jeez.
are at the Wacker too, aren't we?
Yeah, they are. It's great. And there's also a little bit of theme as well. Obviously, Home of Champs when we play on Thursday against the Stars. And then
Yep.
we've got the Retro on Saturday, which is cool. We're going to be blasting out some old retro tunes. So
great.
I'm sure there might be a wee boogie or two
That's
on,
a bit of
on
fun.
the field.
Yeah, a bit of pina colada. That's a retro tune.
Absolutely. And then
One of our
obviously
favourites.
Pride game on Sunday, which is going to
Yeah,
be awesome.
nice. Nice.
Awesome. So thanks for coming in. Really appreciate your time, mate. Go the Scorchers.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.